Hey guys and gals. So this is the two-way ANOVA we ran last time. When we run this, complicated stuff will come out, but essentially we'll get a p-value for all of these individual boxes. We won't get a p-value for each individual one. So we don't know if this one's statistically significant and this one isn't. So what I want to do instead is maybe then just look at anxiety, okay? So I'm going to erase all this. And what I want to look at now is treatment for anxiety being effective? So my factor is going to be treatment of anxiety. And with that, I'm going to have 4 different levels. Psychotherapy, the psychiatry or pharmacology, both, and then psych ed. So I'm measuring clients, but specifically right now I'm measuring the clients that have the anxiety diagnosis. What I'm looking at again is their BSI diff score, but I'm looking at it based off of what type of treatment they receive. So I'll have all these different scores here, and when I run the ANOVA, it'll give me a mean score for each, or what's the mean diff score, how much are they changing based off of what type of treatment they're receiving for anxiety. And then it'll also give me a p-value that will tell me whether the change or the score that I get is indeed based off the treatment or if it's based off of random sampling error. That would be another way of looking at this problem. And then we could do that for depression, adjustment, PTSD, whatever. Once again, because we're only looking at one factor, this is a one-way ANOVA, and it does have 2 levels, so we're good, but we can go up, so it has 4 levels. If we wanted to, we could just look at these 2 levels, or we could just look at those 2 levels. But remember, to have an ANOVA, you have to at least have one factor with a minimum of 2 levels, okay? So we couldn't just look at treatment of anxiety and then lump all the treatments together and do one single column and run an ANOVA that way, because then we don't have any levels. We need the levels in there. The reason that comes into play is because when we're answering one of the later questions, do higher levels of pathology show the same response to treatment as lower levels? What we had to do is we had to take our factor was the BSI pre-score, which gave us their level of pathology. And we had to break it down into 2 levels. So we had a greater than 70 or a less than 70 BSI pre-score and a greater than 70 diffs or BSI pre-score, and then we ran the ANOVA with those 2 levels. So sometimes you have to get tricky here to develop levels within the ANOVA to be able to actually run it. I hope that makes sense.